The Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa is well known for the day the music died. The tragic loss of 4 individuals in a plane crash. Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and their pilot, Roger Peterson. This is a site that many people come to visit, but I came to Clear Lake for another reason, a little action. That action is brought on by one of Mother Nature's primary elements, air, which is represented by the wind. It's a deceptive element, as you can't see it like the other 3 elements of earth, fire, and water. Air cannot be held, cannot be captured, it cannot be tamed, though it can be felt. It is the invisible mover of objects we can clearly see. Although philosophically, wind and air represent all that we cannot see. Our souls, our spirits, and our hearts. And it is these that compel us to enjoy life through sensation and excitement, to satisfy that need for speed.
A real adrenaline rush, especially when you have a high wind. You can reach incredible speeds. Some of these ice boats are capable of doing, like this one, if it's perfect condition, it's been known to go 110 miles an hour. We get them to go 70.
Wow, with the boat screaming that fast, you might be too.
I was introduced to it at a young age by my aunt and uncle, and I've grown up in a community that goes out in ice boats. So it's just an activity that's a lot of adrenaline. It's really fun to introduce new people to it and get them on a good run, go fast, and bring them in and see their reactions. When you're out ice boating, you're going so fast and so powerful that the adrenaline, the speed, the power of the boats, the acceleration, just kind of overload the senses. But then at the same time, when you get in the zone and you're going fast, you know, it's just real peaceful, and you can just kind of sit back and you're not having to do a lot except go fast and enjoy the ride.
One's focus can be so acute at such extreme velocity that there's an awareness of nothing else. Beyond that focus, it's not all about speed and thrills. There's a special camaraderie among ice boaters.
You form a real bond with these guys. You go sail for a while, you come back, hang out on the beach, just kind of shoot the breeze and hang out and just sail. But everybody looks out for each other.
They have a keen awareness of safety, with the potential of open water, pressure ridges, heaving ice conditions, all of which are continually changing. These thrilling experiences are something ice boaters welcome the opportunity to share with others.
It's really fun to introduce new people to it, to get them out there, get them on a good run, go fast, and bring them in and to see their reaction to it, and let them experience something that not a lot of people do. Once you understand basic concepts of sailing and get some boat handling down, you know, it's a relatively easy sport to pick up and learn.
That's all I had to hear.
Show me what I would need to know to control the boat.
Down at my feet, I have 2 pedals, the left and right pedal.
Okay.
Left steers left.
Okay, and that's moving the runner in front.
Yep. And then you also have the steering wheel that's going to help steer. So you have 2 ways to steer.
My lesson began with the basic elements of control, the steering wheel, foot pedals, and main sheet to control the sail. And it ended with an epiphany that made it seem so familiar.
That's just like sailing with sailboats on the water.
Yep, same exact thing. We're sailing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's your main sheet.
Okay.
Ready to take the pedals?
There you go. Nice and simple. It's an easy crossover into a thrilling world.
This seems like an activity you could do this all day. Wow, the acceleration is incredible.
Oh, when you get a gust that comes through, it just power on. When you're sailing these boats, they're very nimble, extremely responsive. You're going very fast. You're so low to the ground that you really get a sense of the speed because you're so close to the ice.
Wow, have you ever got a sensation of control, velocity, and acceleration, boy? This is killer. It's easy to get the hang of that once, you start, gently getting into it and feeling the sensation of the wind.
Yep. When you get some experience and you learn how to sail the boat with good boat handling and understand the wind and how it reacts to the wind puffs, the gusts, you can really start cranking down and pushing the limits, go faster and faster, and that's kind of the thrill of, you know, trying to hit that next puff and get that acceleration. You know, there's nothing quite like it where you're just ripping a foot off the deck, you know, 40 to 50 miles an hour and full speed. It's incredible.
Pushing the limits and embracing that speed can dish out magical thrills.
You can get on two rails in your ice boat, you speed up, it quiets down, you feel kind of like you're floating, and you're just kind of gently gliding up there. You can stay on those runners for a little while, and there's just nothing quite like, you know, that feeling when you get up there like that. It's kind of like riding a wheelie.
There's some of us that are pretty experienced and we like to go out in more extreme conditions and, you know, push the limits and see how fast we can actually get these boats to go.
For ice boating, like many things, you can make the ride whatever your heart desires.
A lot of times, you know, on the milder winds, it's, you know, just pleasant to go out there and sail around. It's the motion of the boat, the sounds, you know, it's a sensory overload sometimes. If we get a little bit of snow, you can get some pretty good drifts on this lake, let's say like 2 feet high. And if they're brand new, the snow consistency is very light and fluffy. And if you hit some of these drifts, all that you can see is the top of the mast and this big explosion of snow. It's just a great sport.
Ice boating is a sensation-based activity. You feel the controls and the wind. You don't read dashboard instruments. The boat glides and steers by the control of your hands. There's an elegance to the experience and even to the design of the craft itself. The lines and the form of each of the boats. There's a simplicity to it all.
I've sailed for a long time, but there's nothing like sailing on ice. The drag is nil. You've had 3 blades on the ice and the speeds that you can attain. One of the guys, we GPSed him at 75.5 on this size boat, which is incredibly fast, and you're very close to the ground with no brakes. So, you know, there's an extra thrill when the wind hits you just right and you lift up and shoot out. I can't explain it any other way than it's just awesome. And it's not with a motor, it's with the wind that's out here. And the guys that I'm with are friends that I may go back to kindergarten with. So between the two things, it's the greatest thing ever.
It sure rides high on my list now.
And off we go into the wild blue yonder!
When we come back, we'll take you to the Corner Pocket, a junior high pool shark. Then later, he is the National Principal of the Year. What constitutes that, and what cutting-edge ideas can you learn from him? Life to the Max. We'll be right back.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime.